There's a difference between a home that feels light and one that quietly drains you. Sometimes it's not the big things, not a crisis, not a tragedy, but the small, unnoticed choices, a chair that never feels right, a picture that makes the room just a little colder, or a lucky charm you picked up at a market without thinking twice. These things might not seem like much, but in 2025, what you allow into your home will shape more than your space. It will shape your energy. This isn't superstition, it's simple awareness. Your home holds your habits, it holds your moods, and if you've been feeling off, like your luck's gone quiet, your motivation faded, or money slips through your hands, it might be time to look around. Because sometimes what looks harmless might be quietly working against you. This year, energy matters more than ever, and not in some abstract, magical way, but in the very real, practical sense of how your environment affects your clarity, your momentum, and your opportunities. That's why today I'm not telling you to buy anything new. I'm inviting you to pause and see what may need to go. In this video, we'll look at 7 things many people keep, gift, or even proudly display, without realizing they may be inviting in the energy of poverty, misfortune, or emotional weight. Not because of bad luck, but because they hold stories, vibrations, or symbols that no longer support the version of you you're trying to become. Some are common, some might already be in your home, but once you understand what they carry, you'll never see them the same again. Let's begin with the one that pretends to save you money, but costs you much more. Part 1, objects that hold other people's stories, secondhand items. There's a kind of heaviness that doesn't come from stress or illness. It settles into your home slowly. In the mattress you didn't buy new. In the wooden dresser someone else owned before you. And over time, it begins to show up in your thoughts, your sleep, your mood, your luck. Most people never think twice about bringing a second-hand item into their house. It saves money. It feels practical. We live in a culture that encourages reuse. But while we consider how something looks or what it costs, we rarely consider what it carries. Because everything in your home holds energy. A chair is never just a chair. A mirror isn't just glass and frame. These things live with us, and some of them bring more than we can see. The floral armchair from a thrift shop might have been where someone sat through years of loneliness. The vintage mirror, it may have seen daily tension in a hallway filled with resentment. These things don't scream, they sit quietly, and yet they shift the atmosphere in subtle, undeniable ways. Maybe you felt it. A strange resistance in one room, a certain tiredness that clings, a restless sleep that begins only after you brought something new into your space. Maybe things feel off without explanation. Minor arguments, missed opportunities, that foggy feeling in the morning, and no one suspects the bed frame or the old nightstand. After all, how could something as ordinary as furniture make your energy feel so heavy? But you've walked into rooms that felt strange before. You've touched objects that sent a chill through you. That instinct is real. We know energy even if we don't have words for it. Second-hand items carry an emotional fingerprint. Some come from love, stability, and care. Others come from hardship, grief, or illness, and they bring remnants of those experiences with them. When you place that object in your home, its story doesn't end. It blends with yours, and if you're not careful, it begins to shape your life in subtle ways. That doesn't mean all second-hand things are bad. A quilt from your grandmother, your father's favorite chair, these are gifts filled with warmth and memory. But the key difference is, you know their story, you know the hands that held them. There's trust in that energy. But when you bring home an item with no known past, no context, just a price tag and a guess, you're taking a gamble with your space. Some people notice the shift right away. Others carry the consequences without realizing. They declutter but still feel stuck. They light candles but still feel drained. They wonder why peace never lasts long. And sometimes it's because their home is holding on to something that was never theirs to begin with. Energy doesn't respond to what's clean or beautiful on the outside. A polished antique can still echo decades of sadness. A sleek couch might carry the weight of an old heartbreak. Energy lingers where emotion once lived. So what do? You begin by noticing. Walk through your space with a quiet awareness. Don't analyze, just feel. Is there an item you've always avoided sitting on? A corner that never feels warm? An object you accepted from someone but deep down you never wanted? That's where you begin. You don't have to explain it. If something feels off, that's enough. Trust it. And if you decide to keep a second-hand item, don't just clean it, cleanse it. Not just with soap and polish, but with presence. Set it in the sun, let it breathe. Burn sage, light incense, whisper a blessing. Say silently or aloud, "This is a new beginning, only peace may stay." It may feel odd at first, but remember, energy responds to intention. And the moment you honor what something carries, you begin to shift what it gives. Your home is not a storage space. It is your sanctuary. Everything inside it either supports your energy or depletes it. You deserve to be surrounded by things that reflect who you are, not who someone else used to be. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Letting go of a nightstand is sometimes how we let go of sadness we didn't even know we were carrying. And that one small shift, it can make room for 1,000 new blessings. Part 2, things no longer breathing fake or dead plants. Some homes are quiet not because they are peaceful, but because they've stopped breathing. The rooms are clean, the shelves are styled, and yet something feels still. Not calm, not restful, just paused, like the air isn't moving, like growth has left the building. And sometimes that strange stillness begins with a plant. It might be a fake fiddle leaf fig in the corner, shiny and green but frozen in time. Or a once beautiful peace lily, now wilted in the hallway, its leaves curled, its soil dry. We barely notice them after a while, they become part of the background. But here's what most people don't realize: fake or dead plants are not neutral. They are visual lies, and your home feels it even if you don't. Real plants are alive. They breathe, stretch, and shift throughout the day. They soak in light and moisture. They clean your air and soften your energy. They are symbols of life in motion. But fake plants, they just pretend. They mimic the look of vitality but offer nothing in return. They take up space, but they do not exchange energy. They do not grow. They do not renew. And in homes filled with them, you begin to feel the same: stagnant, stuck, overstyled, but undernourished. And dead plants, those are even worse. A dead plant is a symbol of halted energy, of something that once thrived but now lingers in decay. Keeping it isn't just about forgetting to water. It's a subconscious acceptance of lifelessness. A kind of resignation that says, "I'll get to it later," even as you walk by it every day. And little by little, your home absorbs that message. So do you. It's subtle at first, a sense of heaviness. A drop in motivation, days that feel harder than they should. That nagging feeling that nothing is moving forward. You might declutter, repaint, even buy something new, but the room still feels tired. Why? Because life can't thrive beside what's no longer alive. Some people will say, "But fake plants are practical. I have allergies. I don't have a green thumb. Real ones always die on me." And that's fair, but there are options, plants that are easy, low maintenance, forgiving. A pothos on a shelf, a snake plant by the door. These are not just decorations. They're quiet reminders that growth doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be real. And if you've ever watched a leaf unfurl or seen a tiny new shoot appear overnight, you know it's not about the plant. It's about the energy it brings, the quiet message that life is still happening, that things are still moving, that hope is still growing even when no one's looking. By contrast, fake plants freeze your space in illusion. They say, "This looks like life," but offer none of its warmth. They become metaphors for how we sometimes live, looking fine on the outside but emotionally flat, nothing renewing, nothing rooting deeper. And that, over time, begins to affect more than just your decor. A room with fake or dead plants often feels emotionally stale. It's harder to feel inspired there, harder to rest or focus or dream. Something about the energy is muted, and it's not your imagination, because your subconscious notices. Even if you've stopped looking directly at the plant, your body responds to the absence of aliveness. And maybe that's the real cost. It's not that fake plants ruin lives. It's that they slowly teach us to tolerate lifelessness, to accept appearances over truth, to surround ourselves with symbols of growth, but none of the energy required to sustain it. But it's not just about throwing things out. It's about returning to presence. Walk through your home today and really look at every plant you've placed there. Is it alive? Is it thriving? Or is it just performing? Ask yourself gently, is this helping me feel more alive or more stuck? If it's dead, let it go. If it's fake, ask why you chose it. If it's real but neglected, take a moment to care for it. Wipe the leaves, water the roots, touch the soil. Life responds when we show up for it. And if you've never had a real plant before, start small. One pot, one window, one new beginning. Let that tiny green thing remind you that things can grow again, that energy can move, that something simple, something alive, can change the way a room feels and how you feel in it. Because homes breathe, and you deserve to live in one that's not just filled with stuff, but with signals of life. In the end, it's not about the plant, it's about what it teaches us. Real growth requires attention. Real peace comes from presence. Real energy comes from what's truly alive. And when we fill our spaces with that kind of honesty, everything else begins to shift too. So look again. What in your home is no longer breathing, but still taking up space? Part 3, beautiful lies cheap or imitation jewelry. Some things shine not because they are real, but because they know how to reflect the light. And imitation jewelry does that well. It sparkles, it catches the eye, it makes you feel dressed, polished, ready to be seen. But over time, the shine wears off, the gold flakes, the metal turns your skin green, and what you're left with isn't just a necklace or a ring. It's a quiet reminder that something you wore close to your skin was never really true. We live in a world that celebrates appearance, fast fashion, filters, quick fixes, so it's no surprise that so many of us at some point have chosen style over substance, especially when it comes to jewelry. It's affordable, it's accessible, and let's be honest, it's fun. But cheap jewelry isn't just a question of cost, it's a question of energy, because what you wear becomes part of your field. It sits against your skin, near your heart, over your pulse. And that means it matters. Real metals, gold, silver, copper, carry natural energy. They ground you, they last. They're born from the earth and shaped with care. When you wear something real, even if it's small, your body knows. It responds to the weight, the texture, the truth of it. There's a quiet confidence in it, but fake jewelry, it mimics, it copies, it pretends. And the more you wear it, the more you start to forget the difference between what's authentic and what's not. This isn't about vanity. This is about what you allow into your energy field. Because cheap or imitation jewelry often carries the frequency of lack, not abundance. It's made quickly, sold in bulk, and often worn not because we love it, but because we think it makes us look a little more put together. But if the beauty you wear makes you feel like you're hiding, what kind of message is that sending to your self-worth? Many women wear fake jewelry because they don't feel worthy of the real thing. I'll buy the real one later, they say, when I've earned it, when things are better. And so the cycle begins, adorning ourselves with symbols of waiting, of settling, of not yet. And those choices, tiny as they seem, start to shape how we feel about ourselves. A beautiful necklace that isn't real can be fun for a night out. But if you wear it every day, it becomes a quiet symbol of pretending. And pretending drains energy. It splits your inner voice. It creates dissonance between who you are and what you're projecting. It whispers, I'm not enough on my own. And when that message repeats often enough, it becomes harder to attract abundance, connection, or peace because part of you feels like a fraud. This doesn't mean you need diamonds or designer pieces. It means choosing with intention. One small silver pendant that's real, chosen with love, worn with pride, that holds more power than a box full of fakes, because it reflects honesty. And honesty is where all confidence begins. Think about the difference in how it feels to receive a gift made of gold versus one coated in something that just looks like gold. One says, you're worth something lasting. The other says, this will do for now. And we internalize that message, especially as women, especially as we age. And especially when we're learning, finally, to value ourselves not for how we appear, but for how we feel. When you look at your jewelry drawer, ask yourself what here truly represents me. What feels solid, grounded, clear? and what feels hollow, flashy, meant to impress but not to support. Energy doesn't lie, and jewelry is intimate. It touches your body. It enters your aura. It amplifies your self-perception, which means what you wear is never just decorative, it's declarative. So maybe it's time to let go of the pieces that no longer serve your energy. The ones that feel like masks. The ones that leave your skin irritated, your energy scattered, your confidence uncertain. Let them go not out of shame, but out of clarity. Because you deserve to wear things that align with your truth. Things that feel like you, not someone you're trying to be. And if that means owning fewer pieces but loving each one more deeply, so be it. Real doesn't mean expensive. It means honest. It means intentional. It means rooted in something that lasts. Because in a world that pushes you to look good, real jewelry reminds you to feel good. It doesn't flake. It doesn't tarnish after a season, and neither do you. So the next time you reach for a pair of earrings or a bracelet, pause, ask, am I wearing this to shine or to hide? Does this piece support my energy or distract from it? Is it real or just beautifully convincing? Sometimes the answer is enough to change everything. Because when what you wear feels aligned with who you are, inside and out, you don't just look different. You carry yourself differently, and that's where true beauty begins. Part 4, the forgotten pile trendy buys that serve no purpose. You didn't mean for the boxes to pile up, but they did. In the corner of the guest room, under the stairs, in closets you haven't opened in months. Maybe it was a yoga mat you were sure would change your mornings, or that air fryer everyone said you needed, or the organizing bins that now hold nothing but the guilt of good intentions. You bought them because they looked useful, or beautiful, or hopeful. And in that moment, they felt like the right next step toward a better version of your life. But then time passed. Life got busy. The novelty wore off, and what was once exciting became silent, motionless, and slowly your home began to fill not with life, but with the weight of things unused. We don't often talk about how heavy unused things can feel, but they carry a kind of emotional dust, a layer of unspoken, not yet, not now, I'll get to it later. And the more of those layers you have around you, the more you start to feel like your energy is stuck. Like you're surrounded by unfinished stories you don't have the heart to finish or the courage to release. These items, trendy, popular, full of promise, aren't inherently wrong. But they become a problem when they stop serving you and start echoing a kind of quiet failure. Not because you failed, but because they represent a self you thought you needed to become, but didn't. And now, instead of helping you evolve, they anchor you to an identity that never fit quite right. It happens in homes all across America. A room becomes a storage zone. A closet becomes a monument to impulse. And over time, those spaces begin to reflect not just clutter, but confusion, hesitation, shame, even grief, because each item we don't use whispers something to us. Remember when you thought this would help? Remember who you were trying to be. Why haven't you touched me since? And so we avoid those corners. We pretend we don't notice. But our bodies know, our mood shifts when we walk by them, our creativity dulls, our clarity fogs, not because of the object itself, but because of the story it's holding for us. Clutter is rarely just physical. It's emotional, energetic, psychological. It ties up pieces of your attention, your space, your spirit. And the longer it stays, the heavier you feel, even when everything looks tidy on the surface. We live in a culture that celebrates more options, more convenience, more stuff. But sometimes what we truly need is less. Less noise, less pressure, less accumulation, because less makes space, and space is where energy breathes. The truth is, everything in your home is either supporting your life or slowing it down, and that includes the just-in-case pile, the maybe one day shelf, the I paid good money for this bin. All of it holds power, all of it tells a story, and only you can decide if that story still serves you. So what do you do when you realize your home has filled with things that no longer reflect who you are? You don't shame yourself. You don't scold the version of you who once believed in that item. You thank her for trying, for hoping, for buying something that in that moment made her feel alive. And then you let it go, gently, intentionally, with respect. Because letting go isn't wasteful, it's wise. It says, I'm not who I was, and that's okay. It says, I want my home to match the clarity I'm cultivating inside. It says, I choose space over noise, peace over pressure, presence over pretense. And the moment you release what no longer fits, something shifts. You feel lighter, clearer, stronger, not because your home is emptier, but because your energy is finally flowing again. You see, unused items don't just sit, they block. They hold space that could be filled with something meaningful or left open, to let light and breath and inspiration move more freely. They anchor you to a past or a plan that no longer feels aligned, and you deserve to live in a space that reflects who you are becoming, not who you used to be afraid to disappoint. This isn't about minimalism, it's about honesty. It's about asking with softness and strength, does this serve me now? Do I love this? Have I used it in the last year? Does this help my space feel alive? If the answer is no, let that be enough. Because the purpose of your home is not to store possibilities you no longer want. It's to support the life you're actively choosing. The one with clarity, with intention, with breathing room. So walk through your home like you're meeting it for the first time. Let your eyes land on what's been hidden. Ask yourself what each item is doing there. Not to judge, but to connect, to listen, to respond with kindness. And when it's time to let something go, do it with gratitude, not just for the item, but for your own willingness to live more freely. Because behind every forgotten pile is an invitation, not to clean, but to become more conscious, not to simplify your decor, but to unclutter your energy, and in doing so, to reclaim the space your spirit has been waiting for. Part 5, things that endure too much broken or wobbly furniture. You sit on that chair every morning with your coffee, even though it leans slightly to the left. You pull open that drawer in the hallway, even though it sticks every single time. The bed creaks when you shift your weight, the dining table wobbles when someone sets down a glass too firmly, and yet you've lived with it all for years. You tell yourself, it's still working, it's fine, I've gotten used to it. But deep down, your body never quite relaxes. You adapt, but you never really settle. And without realizing it, your home becomes a place where you're constantly adjusting, physically, emotionally, energetically. There's a quiet erosion that happens when you live among broken things. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand attention. But day by day, it teaches your nervous system to accept instability. A wobbly chair is not just a furniture issue. It's a message your space keeps repeating. This isn't quite safe. This isn't quite solid. And when you receive that message enough times, it begins to shape how you show up in the rest of your life. Because our homes don't just reflect our inner world, they shape it. The environment you return to every night either restores you or wears you down. And when the foundation is unsteady, you start to feel it in more ways than one. You may not even realize it's happening. Maybe you've been more anxious lately, more irritable. Maybe it feels harder to focus, harder to sleep, harder to trust that things will hold when you lean on them. That's not in your head. That's your environment telling your body, we're not quite okay here. It's not about being fancy or luxurious. It's about integrity, how the objects that support you are showing up for you, what that teaches you about how to support yourself. A stable chair says, you can rest. A strong bed says, you are safe. A level table says, there's room for you here. And when those signals are missing, so is the ease that helps you function at your best. But the harder part is emotional, because broken furniture often becomes background noise. You tell yourself you'll fix it later, that it's not worth the money, that it's not a priority. And sometimes, beneath all that, is a deeper belief that you don't really deserve better, that good enough is all you get, that you can adapt, so why ask for more? But there's nothing noble about living with things that constantly ask you to tolerate discomfort. You are not difficult for wanting stability. You are not extravagant for needing a home that feels solid. And no, you're not ungrateful for wishing your chair didn't feel like it might tip you over every time you exhale. These aren't just objects. They are symbols, anchors, energy carriers. When you surround yourself with broken things, you internalize the message that life is meant to be endured, not enjoyed. That's the real cost. Not the loose screw or cracked wood, but the way your spirit learns to hold tension it was never meant to carry. It shows up in how you walk through your home carefully, bracing for imbalance. It shows up in how you sit, half-supported, always adjusting. It shows up in how you speak to yourself. It's fine, I can make this work. But what if you didn't have to? What if making it work wasn't the baseline anymore? Sometimes fixing or replacing a piece of furniture isn't just a practical choice, it's a declaration. A way of saying, I deserve to be supported. A way of saying, I want to feel grounded in my own space. A way of honoring the version of you who is ready for more than just survival. And this doesn't have to be a full renovation. It doesn't have to cost thousands. Sometimes it's tightening a screw. Sometimes it's donating the desk that always slants. Sometimes it's simply asking, is this holding me or holding me back? Look around your home today, not with shame, but with clarity. Where are the places your body feels tense instead of at ease? What furniture do you avoid because it never feels quite right? What are you still holding onto because replacing it feels like too much effort or too much permission? And more importantly, what would change in your life if the very things that held you actually held you well? Because you deserve that. You deserve to sit without wobbling, to sleep without creaking, to eat without compensating for a tilted surface. You deserve a home that says, you can lean here, you can rest here, you can trust this. And when your space starts to echo that message, your life will start to reflect it. You'll breathe differently, move differently, think more clearly. Because safety isn't just emotional, it's physical. And it begins with the things that touch your daily life. So if something in your home is broken, ask yourself, have I just gotten used to being uncomfortable? If the answer is yes, it's time to choose again. Not out of urgency, but out of respect for your body, your energy, your future. Sometimes stability begins with a chair that doesn't rock when you sit down. Sometimes empowerment begins with the courage to say, this doesn't work for me anymore. And sometimes peace begins with letting go of what you've outgrown and making room for something that truly holds. Part 6, the weight on the wall, gloomy art and heavy symbols. You see it every day. Maybe it's a painting above the mantel, a sculpture by the hallway, or an abstract print hanging near the bedroom door. You don't stare at it anymore, you've seen it 1,000 times, but it sees you. And the energy it carries, it's still speaking to your space and to your spirit whether you're listening or not. Wall art isn't just decoration, it's declaration. What you hang on your walls tells your nervous system what kind of world you live in. Peaceful, expansive, heavy, conflicted, gloomy artwork, no matter how stylish, carries a frequency. Sad faces, dark forests, chaotic colors, muted tones, solitary figures. These may be beautiful, even haunting in a gallery. But in your home, where you eat, rest, and dream, they can become emotional mirrors, subtle but powerful, because the human brain is wired to respond to imagery. Even if you no longer notice the artwork on your wall, your subconscious does. It sees the bowed head, the shadows, the sorrow. It feels the unease in a disjointed sculpture or a storm-filled canvas. And over time, those visuals begin to weave into your mindset. You may not say, this painting makes me sad, but you may feel a little heavier when you pass it, a little more anxious in that corner, a little less hopeful at the start of your day. You might dismiss it as aesthetic preference. I like dramatic art, you say. It's meaningful, it's bold. And yes, art should make you feel something, but the question is, what is it making you feel every day, repeatedly, without your permission? Because when you look at your walls, what you see often becomes what you think often. What you think often becomes how you feel. And how you feel shapes every decision you make. In the quiet of your home, artwork isn't passive. It's a companion. It shares energy with you. And if that energy is dark, unresolved, or sorrowful, it becomes part of the emotional tone of your space. It can anchor old grief. It can reignite anxiety. It can subtly resist joy, all without saying a word. Many people unknowingly live with symbols of emotional weight. A lone boat on a stormy sea, a broken statue, a photograph of someone turned away. These aren't just images. They are emotional cues. And even if you chose them years ago, they may no longer reflect the version of you you're trying to grow into now. Our homes are living spaces, and our walls are the emotional skin of those spaces. They reflect, absorb, and project. And just like we outgrow clothes, we outgrow the energy certain objects bring. If your wall is still holding a painting from a hard season of your life, ask yourself if that energy is still what you need around you today. Because light doesn't always come from overhead. Sometimes it comes from what we choose to keep in our line of sight. A piece of art that opens a sense of calm. A photograph that lifts your breath. A color that feels like clarity. These things matter. They're not superficial, they are soul-aligned. This isn't about replacing everything with motivational quotes and pastel landscapes. It's about checking in, asking, does this image help me feel safe, inspired, or soothed? Or does it bring tension, sadness, or disconnection into my space? Imagine for a moment that every object on your wall was speaking. What would it say to you? You're safe here. You're still stuck. You're alone. You're home. The answer might surprise you, and it might explain why some rooms in your home feel lighter than others, why some invite you in while others subtly push you away. Energy doesn't only live in people, it lives in symbols, in textures, in the things we see without realizing we're seeing. A dark, dramatic canvas may make for an elegant photo backdrop, but if it leaves your spirit tired, if it shadows the light in your favorite room, what is the real cost of keeping it? There's power in choosing art that reflects where you want to go, not where you've been. That doesn't mean forcing false positivity. It means letting your walls hold hope, peace, expansion, life. It means surrounding yourself with symbols that don't just match your style, but match your intention. And if you're not sure where to start, begin with nature. The ocean, a sunrise, trees, animals, images that are real, steady, eternal. They remind us of movement, of seasons, of life returning. A blooming field does more than decorate a wall, it breathes into the room. A mountain doesn't just fill space, it grounds it, or goes simpler. A framed photograph of someone you love. A painting that made you exhale the first time you saw it. An object that carries warmth, memory, joy. These things shift the atmosphere, gently, powerfully. And if you're not ready to let go of every heavy piece, move it. Change the context, balance it with light, give it a chance to speak again from a new place. Energy isn't fixed, but it does need to be acknowledged. So take a walk through your home today, pause in each room. Look at what your walls are saying, not with critique, but with curiosity. And if something no longer feels like a fit, trust that. Your home is a living conversation, and sometimes the most healing thing you can do is change what's speaking to you every day. Because your story deserves to hang alongside beauty, alongside possibility, alongside peace. Part 7, False Faith, Cheap Charms, and Mass-Made Statues. At some point, many of us have bought something small in hopes of something big. A charm at a weekend fair, a Buddha statue from a discount store, a lucky coin hanging from the rearview mirror. It's not that we believed the object itself held magic, but we hoped quietly that it might help, that it might nudge the universe, that maybe, just maybe, something would shift. And for a moment it felt comforting, a symbol of hope, a tiny promise. But over time, those objects, mass-produced, hastily bought, never blessed, never understood, become something else entirely. They become clutter disguised as spirituality, noise disguised as meaning. Because spiritual tools are not decorations, they are extensions of belief, reflections of reverence. And when we reduce them to trend, to impulse, to convenience, we dilute what they were meant to remind us of: our inner power, our connection to something greater, our own sacredness. Mass-made statues and cheap charms do more than look out of place. They carry the frequency of imitation, of pretending, of wanting results without relationship. You wouldn't expect peace from a plastic flower. Why expect protection from a token you bought without intention? This isn't about superstition. This is about alignment. The sacred requires sincerity. And when we place objects of faith in our homes, but our hearts are not in them, they become hollow. Not only do they fail to help, they may actually block clarity. Because every time you look at them, you're reminded of a desire you handed off to something lifeless, of a hope you outsourced, Real faith is quiet, grounded. It shows up in actions, in awareness, in presence, not in how many symbols you collect, but in how honestly you live. A single candle lit with reverence holds more energy than a dozen charms hung in distraction. And yes, spiritual items can be powerful. A statue gifted with love, a mala prayed on for years, a symbol passed down through generations. But their power doesn't come from their form, it comes from the relationship, the story, the energy they carry and the energy you bring to them. A charm bought at a market stall, mass-produced, touched by hundreds of hands, priced at $4.99 with a made in bulk sticker on the back, doesn't carry sacred weight. It carries confusion. And confusion, when placed at the heart of your home, ripples into your energy field. Many people keep these items not out of devotion, but out of fear. What if I throw it away and bad luck comes? But fear is not faith, and spiritual clarity never comes from obligation. It comes from resonance, from truth. Look around your space. Are there objects you've been holding onto that no longer reflect your true relationship with the divine, with energy, with yourself? Are there statues that feel silent? Charms that feel forgotten? Items that no longer stir reverence, but instead gather dust and disconnect? It's okay to let them go, with gratitude, with grace, with the soft reminder that releasing something that no longer holds meaning is not disrespect, it's devotion to what's real. And when you are ready to invite sacred symbols back into your space, do it with care. Visit places that honor the energy behind what they offer. Choose items that feel alive with intention. Learn their story. Bless them with your presence. Let them reflect your truth, not your wish to outsource transformation. Because your home deserves more than symbols. It deserves sincerity. It deserves objects chosen not from pressure, but from peace. And you, your spirit, deserves to live among things that support, not distract, that deepen, not disguise, that remind you of what's already sacred within you. Sometimes, the most powerful shift you can make is this: to stop asking things to hold the faith you haven't placed in yourself yet, and instead to create space for the real thing to return, quietly, gently, in its own time. So today, take a moment. Look at the sacred things around you. Ask, does this still hold meaning? Do I feel more connected when I see this, or more confused? Is this my faith or just my fear disguised as tradition? Let the answers rise. Let them guide you. And trust. Whatever you release, whatever you bless, whatever you choose again, it all becomes part of the way your energy returns to truth. Final, what we surround ourselves with isn't just background, it's influence. It shapes our breath, our sleep, our energy, our choices. And the truth is, most of the time, we don't even realize it. A chair that wobbles, a mirror that doesn't reflect light, a corner filled with things we promised we'd use, but never did. These are not just physical details, they're quiet messengers, and over time they begin to speak louder than our words. This video wasn't just about 7 things to avoid, it was about something deeper. A call to pay attention to the space you live in, the energy it holds, and what it reflects back to you every single day. Because when your home is filled with things that no longer serve you, things that pretend, things that weigh you down, things that echo old versions of who you used to be, your spirit begins to dim, not all at once. Slowly, quietly, in the way clutter becomes normal, in the way fatigue becomes familiar, in the way hope gets quieter. But the beautiful thing about energy is it responds the moment you do. One small shift, one object removed with intention, one symbol replaced with sincerity. And suddenly your space starts to breathe again. So do you. You don't need to throw everything away. You don't need to chase perfection. All you need is to start seeing your space with clear eyes and with deep kindness. What feels alive? What feels heavy? What deserves to stay and what deserves to go with grace? Thank you for being here, for listening, for caring enough about your own energy to reflect and wonder. May your home become a place that holds you with warmth, a space that whispers encouragement, that reflects who you are now and who you are gently becoming. You deserve that, and more. Until next time, may light move freely in your rooms and peace find a quiet place inside you to stay.